Joe Hayden coming out to it. Garvin Ware. He has a colleague inside if he can spot him. He tried to. Good interception by John McGrady. He comes charging out, but the referee has given him the free. Matt Kerrigan decided for this All-Ireland B Championship that he would use a lot of new and upcoming players. Ollie Keating is one of the most experienced. They have a chance here for a goal, and a wonderful save by John Kearns. If he had passed it to his right, went through for a brilliant point, thanks to John Kearns. We'll see what I mean now, as Ollie Keating just went like a knife through butter. He kept going. He had the option of having a shot. John Kearns tapped it over, and there was Jarheven to the right. Jody Morrissey, they send it forward for Errol. Giving it back to Jody Morrissey. There's no questions being asked. To Garvin Ware. Johnny Nevin is to his right. Still Garvin Ware. This is Johnny. Nice little dummy. And they say Carlow and Westmeath could not beat Kerry's and the Meads and the Dublins. Well, I have my doubts if they continue this on into the new year. Garvin Ware. Johnny Nevin was available. And Johnny from the old line club in Carlow put it over. John Cooney can't reach it. Hugh Brennan, Garvin Ware. And if I mentioned Lynch and Cooney in the first half, you have to mention Garvin Ware and Hugh Brennan in the second. They really have come to life. Jody Morrissey tried to knock it down for Johnny Nevin. The referee has blown his whistle and he's given a free to Carlow. Westmeath substitutes being warmed up, including Spike Fagan. As Anthony Keating taps it over the bar. 4 points for Anthony Keating, and Carlow lead once more by 5 points. Alan MacDonald could well be introduced for Westmeath as Matty Kerrigan there to his right just decides what tactics he's going to employ. And nobody is leaving Tullamore. Here come Carlow once more to Hugh Brennan. They'll be rejoicing in Swinford in County Mayo, would you believe, because that's where he's from if he captains Carlow to an All-Ireland title. Here's the captain. Here's Carlow. Here's Colin Hayden, and there's a point. A goal and 2 points for the big man from Aero. It's now a 6-point advantage. Again, wonderful teamwork by Carlow. Hugh Brennan was very much involved in it, giving it to Colin Hayden, and he took his point. Westmeath introduced Tom Darcy, a very experienced member of this Westmeath team and panel. And it looks like Michael Broder is the man that's coming off the pitch. Again, Jody Morrissey to Colin Hayden. Tom Darcy moved into full back, giving it across to Noel Doyle. Johnny Nevin cutting through. Joe Hayden is available outside. Joe Hayden going for the goal. Oh, off the crossbar and over the bar. Wonderful play by Carlow and wonderful play by Joe Hayden. It was Noel Doyle that set him up. Johnny Nevin had the vision to see Hayden, and here comes the rocket. It's Dermot Wilson. He's fouled. And another free for Westmeath. There's still time. Jarheven, and he puts it over the bar. It's back down to 5 points. And certainly Westmeath aren't giving up the chase. Dermot Wilson once more being fouled. And another free for Westmeath. Probably will be satisfied to take the point and put it over, which he does. So now it's down to 4 points. John Kearns wisely using the short ball. Jersey being pulled there, and he fell, and he fell very slowly, and he felt it, but he eventually certainly went down with the belt on the chin. Larry Giles, there goes the right swing, which, well, to any Mike Tyson justice. And Larry Giles being booked by the referee for that. Up towards Damien Bryan. There's nobody in around the house, really, and still Damien survives the challenge. Now he gets the free. Be satisfied once after that early blitz. Certainly Carlow has seemed to have fallen back somewhat, as Jarheven makes it just 3 points between the teams. Good intelligent play by Jarheven. Alan McDonald back to Larry Giles. They have to go for goal now. They have to gather possession, and it's Jarheven of all people that has it. He's going to go for the point, and he's got the point. 7 points for Jarheven in this All-Ireland B final. And the Carlow players are asking about the time. Surprisingly, from this pass from Larry Giles, he even gathered possession. And he decided to go for the point, which he got. But it's all over. The All-Ireland B champions, Carlow, and they've started magnificently into the new year with the All-Ireland B Football Championship title. The full-time score, Carlow 2 goals, 10 points, Westmeath 111. Carlow are the All-Ireland B champions. Hugh Brennan, the captain, gets the cup from the president of the GA, Jack Guzman. Celebrations can begin in Carlow.
Carlow football, it's been in the doldrum for a while, but there's no reason why it should have been. But it's just that hard work, commitment, and different things like that. The football was always there, but the things that make a successful team, the rest of the ingredients weren't there. And hopefully that this will bring the added boost to it, and we get the lads to get out and train and commitment and all that.
Some cynicism in that about the merit of the All-Ireland B, so you only have to look around at the people today and look around at the quality of the football there today. And I said to the players during the week that I'm sure Hughie Brennan would love to win an All-Ireland Cup, and I'm sure all the players would love to win one as well. And I said, myself as a manager, I'd be thrilled if he won it, and I'm sure all the supporters would be thrilled. So that's what it means, and it's a great boost for Carlow. We can go into the National League now and look forward to next year's Leinster Championship.
We were playing for the 7th Sunday in a row out there today, and I felt that at the end of the day, you know, a little bit of tiredness did creep into our play, and I don't feel that it's necessary to run a competition in the middle of winter of this. If they're going to say it's something worthwhile to be run when, you know, conditions are better. But having said that, we went out to win it.
Yeah, he's obviously very disappointed, but when Matty Kerrigan looks back at the tape, I'm sure he'll recognise and admit that he was involved with Carlow and indeed Westmeath in a fantastic match. You can't take it away from Carlow. Congratulations to them. It's their first ever national football title at any level, and Hughie Brennan will always be remembered as the first Carlow captain to lift a trophy.
Me to go? Or where the band we held over anyway, will it? Welcome to O'Connor Park, Tullamore, and as you hear both sets of supporters applauding the pipe band and the Carlow and Westmeath teams as they parade for the All-Ireland B Championship final of 1994. Great support here for both teams, with possibly Carlow shading it in the vocal area. Fairly strong breeze blowing from left to right, but the sun is shining through at the moment after a night of torrential rain throughout the country, so conditions underfoot will probably be pretty testing. Carlow captain Hughie Brennan seems to have won the toss and has elected to play left to right, with the benefit of a fairly stiffish breeze in the first half. And the lineouts: the Carlow team, John Kearns in goal. Full back line: John Wynne, Tom Hannafin and Joe Murphy. Half back line: Noel Fallon, Sean Kavanagh and Alan Callanan. Centre of the field: Garvin Ware and Hugh Brennan. Half forward line: Willie Quinlan, Johnny Nevin, Anthony Keating. Full forward line: Noel Dial, Colm Hayden and Joe Hayden. And the Westmeath line out: in goal, David Mitchell. Full back line: Michael Broder, John O'Brien and Dermot Brady. Half back line: Oliver Keating, Damien Burke, Anthony Coyne. Centre of the field: John Cooney and Noel Lynch. Half forward line: Dermot Wilson, Rory O'Connell and John Fleming. Full forward line: Larry Giles, John Murray and Ger Heaven. Most of the national press in the lead up to today's game place Westmeath as strong favourites, but even though Carlow's form has been very in and out, their B Championship form has been distinctly in, having an excellent first round win against Clare, then a very poor league performance against Wicklow in the second half, bounced back with a second round B Championship win away to Waterford, then what can only be termed a really poor league game against Monaghan, to be followed by their best display in recent months in the semi-final of the All-Ireland against Tipperary. So if the Carlow men can reach the heights they achieved 2 weeks ago in O'Connor Park, Tullamore, then they can be bringing back the B Championship trophy, which the hurlers won 2 years ago. And now, silence for Oran Naveen. Expectantly now as the Pipers leave the pitch. And referee O'Keefe from Cork now checks his watch. It looks like this game will get off about a minute early. And the ball is in and the game is on, and Garvin Ware knocked down to him by Hughie Brennan. Fisted pass out to Noel Fallon by Garvin. Fisted on to Johnny Nevin. Promising start here for Carlow. Colm Hayden grabs it. Colm now tries to get around John O'Brien. Still Colm. Pass back towards Noel Dial. Noel Dial. Johnny Nevin now. Very much into the corner towards Colm Hayden's cross. Anthony Keating looking for a free, but A deflection there by Keating could have ended up in the Westmeath net, but Carlow's first attack proves fruitless. David Mitchell now will try and judge the strength of the breeze he's kicking this ball into. Strikes it quite well, just outside the 50-metre line. Well caught there by Damien Burke at centre half-back. Referee says foul by Willie Quinlan. Burke takes the kick himself. This should be Sean Kavanagh's ball. Sean Kavanagh down the line towards Noel Dial. Slippery underfoot conditions, but Noel Dial does well. Noel drives it towards the full forward line. Anthony Coyne comes away and heavily challenged by Johnny Nevin. Free out to Westmeath as the crowd get behind their respective teams. Anthony Coyne thought he was going to gain a few yards there, but is sent back by the referee. Left-footed kick. Knocked away from John Cooney by Hughie Brennan. Gathered by Willie Quinlan. Seemed to be handled on the ground there, and is by Damien Burke. Damien Burke refuses to release the ball, so Carlow again 10 to 12 metres, and should be a scoring opportunity now for Anthony Keating. About 35 metres out, 7 or 8 yards to the right of the right hand post here as we look. Breeze slightly behind Keating as he kicks. Two minutes on the clock. Anthony Keating makes no mistake, and Carlow go ahead. Bright start to this game by Carlow. Westmeath so far have only got the ball about 10 yards inside the Carlow half. David Mitchell now getting ready for his second kick out. Strikes at a good ball just on the centre of the pitch. Well gathered by John Cooney. Being put under pressure by Willie Quinlan and Hughie Brennan, but gets it away to Rory O'Connell. Up the line this time towards Ger Heaven. Heaven inside to Cooney. Westmeath building now and looking dangerous, but very well cut off there by Joe Murphy. Intercepted a short pass from full forward Murray. Good relieving clearance by Willie Quinlan. Noel Dial does very well, but it's poked away from him by Dermot Brady. Now Westmeath build again. John Cooney. This should be John Wynn's ball. John relieving clearance between Johnny Nevin and Damien Burke. Nevin knocks the ball down. Noel Dial just pokes it away to Joe Hayden, and Joe is fouled. 50 metres out. Joe from the hands. Good ball. Finds brother Colm. Colm in a scoring position and makes no mistake. A marvellous score by Colm Hayden. Very well set up by his brother Joe there, and after 3.5 minutes play, Carlow 2 points, Westmeath no score.
Well, it's going to be hitting that thing. There's people trying to broadcast. You put what order over now, mind yourself. There's wires all over the place for radio, and you banging it. If you bang it again, you'll be fucked over there. You won't do it.
David Mitchell now. David Mitchell with an excellent kick out. Hughie Brennan rises, knocks it down, and seemed to be gathered by Johnny Nevin, but Garvin Ware now, and Carlow build again to Willie Quinlan. Colm Hayden again. Colm does very well, jinks inside his man, fist inside to Anthony Keating. Keating now. Marvellous looking kick from Anthony Keating, and it's the 3rd point for Carlow. Excellent start there from Carlow now, and it's 3 points to no score. Moving into the 5th minute of the first half.
I will hope he doesn't touch it for the hourly, that's the only thing.
David Mitchell's kick, a marvellous kick this time inside the Carlow's 60-metre line. And a free there won by Rory O'Connell for Westmeath. Kick to be taken from the ground by full forward John Murray, or is he going to leave it to John Cooney? Cooney now. Good looking kick in towards the Carlow 20-metre line. Breaking ball gathered by John Wynne. John shortest to Hughie Brennan. Hughie finds Joe Murphy now. Good movement out of defence by Carlow. Garvin Ware in possession. Dispossessed by Noel Lynch. Lynch, dangerous looking attack now, finds Ger Heaven. And Noel Fallon pleads his innocence, but referee says you shoved them, so Westmeath's first opportunity for a point now, and Heaving asking the referee, is this the position? So very scoreable opportunity now for Heaving, about 24-25 metres out. Very central position, just about 4 or 5 metres to the right of centre. Ger Heaven now steps forward and makes no mistake. Just over 6 minutes gone. Westmeath 1 point, Carlow 3 points. John Cairns now with his first kick of the day. Good shortish ball, finds Joe Murphy. Joe now drives it into the Westmeath half. Anthony Keating slightly behind Oliver Keating, and Keating looks to set up an attack now to midfield man Noel Lynch. Tackled by Keating, but Lynch comes away inside the Carlow 45-metre line. Finds Heaven in front of John Wynne, but again, excellent cut off there by Joe Murphy. John Wynne fisted past to Willie Quinlan. Quinlan down the line, Colm Hayden could be first to this, and again Colm Hayden having a marvellous start to this game. Seen to be fouled, but the linesman decides it's a line ball to Westmeath. Fullback John O'Brien having a torrid start of it here against Colm Hayden, but Westmeath build again. Midfielder Coney to half-back Keating. Good pressure by Willie Quinlan. But Noel Lynch in acres of space now. Lynch finds Ger Heaven, getting 5 or 6 yards away from John Wynne. Heaven inside finds Larry Giles. Giles fails to direct it, but well kept in play by Dermot Wilson. Westmeath seem to have acres of room here now in this Carlow forward line. Ball turned back from John Fleming, but John Cairns gathers John Murray's high lob, and foot pass away. Tom Hannafin coming out now for Carlow, looking for options. Johnny Nevin slips at the wrong time, and the ball is gathered by Anthony Coyne in front of Willie Quinlan. Coyne, Westmeath now after a sluggish start, coming well into this game. Murray drifting well away from the Carlow goal, but still in possession on the 20-metre line. Good looking opportunity, but it's to the left and wide. The Westmeath crowd, I think, prematurely roaring there for their player, but the ball kept to the right and wide. Very lively opening to this game. Carlow probably on top for the first 5 minutes and put 3 on the scoreboard, and Westmeath since then have been the dominant side. But this ball, Hughie Brennan seemed to be fouled. Referee plays on. John Cooney put under pressure by Noel Fallon, but Cooney still in possession. Short passing game seems to be favoured by both sides. Now it's Rory O'Connell for Westmeath. Larry Giles gets inside Tom Hannafin, but seems to have overplayed the ball, and free out to Carlow. 9 minutes gone. Referee saying none of that nonsense from Larry Giles, and Sean Kavanagh with a kick. Referee calls a halt, and seems to be called the length of the field by the umpire away from the dressing room side. We'll have to wait and see what this is about, because we were following the play. It's like a spot the ball here with the referee, but it's spot the player, and the book is coming out, so somebody is going into the book. And it looks like Westmeath centre half-back Damien Burke for an off-the-ball incident has been spoken to by referee O'Keefe. Probably not the best thing in the world to have play stopped in this fashion, but at least it's good to see umpires and linesmen calling the referee's attention if something untoward is going on. Sean Kavanagh anyway with the kick. This should be Johnny Nevins. Johnny in front of Burke, and fouled by Damien Burke. Westmeath man treading dangerously just after being booked Or maybe he was just spoken to strongly. Johnny Nevin's ball. Joe Hayden in front here. Slippy conditions. Joe was unfortunate there, lost possession and adjudged to have handled it on the ground. Westmeath building again now. John Cooney. Alan Canlon tries to close him down, and Cooney's kick looks very wayward. Misdirected, and a line ball to Carlow just inside their own 45-metre line. 11 minutes now on the clock. Carlow 3 points, Westmeath 1. Joe Murphy looks up and finds John Wynne. John, the return pass fisted to Joe Murphy. Joe now drives it into the Westmeath territory, dangerously close to the sideline. And a line ball to Westmeath. Cornerback Broder. Westmeath now very well cut off by Noel Fallon. Runs through to Hughie Brennan there from a toe poke from Alan Canlon. Hughie's fisted past to Sean Kavanagh. Excellent ball from Kavanagh to Garvin Ware. Garvin knocks it inside to Alan Canlon. Good movement now by the Carlow men. Alan, good ball across to Johnny Nevin with Willie Quinlan in space. Willie now scoring opportunity, perhaps with Noel Dial inside. Marvellous move by the Carlow men. Noel Dial just a little unfortunate. Willie's pass boxed it a little too hard. Quinlan does well and wins a free there. A cynical foul by John Fleming, proclaiming his innocence, but and number 11, Rory O'Connell, then knocks Sean Kavanagh into the bargain. Fleming is still proclaiming his innocence, but it didn't look that way right in front of the camera here. Dr. Tom Foley comes over to attend to Willie as Anthony Keating gets ready with the free. Looks like Willie is ready to get back into the fray. Anthony Keating now just inside the Westmeath 45-metre line. Ball towards Johnny Nevin. Seemed to be deflected by John Lynch. Goalie Mitchell comes away for Westmeath. Alan Canlon does well. And Carlow win the line ball. Alan now leaves it to Joe Murphy. Dangerous looking ball from Joe Murphy. Well gathered by Noel Dial. Touched it back towards Hughie Brennan. Hughie. Good ball from Hughie Brennan there. Finds Noel Fallon in space. Noel to Noel Dial. Excellent ball at Colm Hayden, and Colm this time fails to curl it the required degrees, and just a second wide for Carlow. Minutes gone now, and Carlow still 3 points to 1 ahead. David Mitchell with the kick. This one not as far, but well gathered by Anthony Coyne at left half back. Can he keep it in play? Dangerously close to the sideline. Noel Fallon does well in front of John Fleming. Tries to find John Wynne. John Wynne does excellently. John Wynne. This ball well into space, but Johnny Nevin chasing hard, beaten to it by Oliver Keating. Westmeath, advantage rule probably could have been played by the referee there, but free to Westmeath, quickly taken now, and Noel Lynch deep in Carlow territory. Inside it, John Murray. Murray drifting well away from the Carlow square again. Back inside to Lynch. Lynch looking for options. Fisted pass around. John Fleming scoring opportunity. Good pressure again by the Carlow backs, and Noel Fallon this time helped the man he's marking, John Fleming, to drive that ball 20 yards to the right and wide. Carlow have been accused in the past of over-elaboration. Well, even though they might still do it to a slight extent, it seems Westmeath are more fond of the short passing game here today. John Cairns with a kick out now again. Drops about 65 metres. Garvin Ware knocks it away, but Noel Lynch gathers. Very well. Alan Canlon nearly wins possession there, but it's still Lynch. Cut off by Sean Kavanagh. Alan Canlon slides in, and a line ball to Westmeath. Referee is actually giving a free to Westmeath here, and Noel Lynch will take it himself. Decides to leave it on the ground. Kick by captain midfielder Coney. This should be John Wynne's ball. Drops away from him. Opportunity for Westmeath, but even though it curled after the well past the post, Rory O'Connell's kick, when it arrived at the upright, was about a metre to a metre and a half to the left, and so the score remains. As we move into the second quarter, Carlow 3 points, Westmeath 1. Excellent kick again by John Cairns. Garvin Ware under it. Breaking ball gathered again by a Westmeath man. Cooney this time turns it back to Coyne, the left half back. Dangerous looking ball. Tom Hannafin under it. But John Wynne saves today. Shortish kick past Noel Fallon's ball. Seemed to be intercepted, but this should be Hughie Brennan. Hughie does well. Foul by Larry Giles as he gained possession. Hughie want to kick it from the hand himself. Looking for options. Dangerous ball this time. Knocked away from Alan Canlon. Gathered by Dermot Wilson. Wilson to John Murray. Murray now. Surely this is Westmeath's second score. This time Murray makes no mistake. This full forward seems to be causing Carlow plenty of problems. He's drifting 40 and 50 metres out, and perhaps the Carlow Mentis will have to put a marker on him and leave Tom Hannafin back closer to goal. So after Carlow's lightning start, Westmeath are well back into this game now, just a point adrift. John Cairns again now. And it seems as if Joe Murphy has been assigned the marking job on John Murray now. Breaking ball in the centre of the field should be Johnny Nevins. Johnny drives it forward now. Must be Colm Hayden's ball. Colm bounces away from him. Willie Quinlan unlucky. Gathered by full-back John O'Brien. O'Brien, Noel Lynch in acres of space again. Challenged by Anthony Keating. Lynch gets it back to full-back O'Brien. Westmeath building again. John Fleming this time in front of Noel Fallon. Finds Larry Giles. Larry Giles now trying to get around Tom Hannafin. Still Giles in possession on his left foot this time. John Cairns pulled another one down from that was heading over the crossbar. Westmeath's ply seems to be play Murray well out the field and leave Giles and Heaven with just two markers inside. So far Carlow, poorish clearance there by Noel Fallon. Carlow just about holding on to this point lead, but now Westmeath build again. Heaven this time, soloing up to and past John Wynne. Still Heaven, cut off by Garvin Ware, but wins a free. Scoring opportunity for Westmeath now to tie up this game. 17.5 minutes played and just a point between the sides. Carlow 3, shortish free taken. Slack marking there by the Carlow defence, but they get away with it. Heaven's free to the unmarked John Murray. Murray from 20 metres out directly in front of the post, blazes the ball wide. Cairns again now with a kick out. John Wynne seems to be on Ger Heaven and Tom Hannafin marking Larry Giles at the moment, with Joe Murphy following the roving full forward. Johnny Nevin under this ball, knocked away from him, but the rebound gathered by Garvin Ware. Garvin now, Anthony Keating under this, drifts away from him, ball boxed down though by cornerback Michael Broder coming away for Westmeath. Broder and Lynch again in space. No, Lynch seems to have the freedom of the park here so far today. Tom Hannafin tries to knock it away from Giles, but at the second attempt Giles sets up Rory O'Connell. O'Connell the centre forward, cut off very well by Alan Cannon, and surely it's a sliding free out. Shortish free taken. Joe Murphy gathers. Joe, crossfield ball finds Noel Doyle. Noel Doyle surely being fouled by John Fleming. Referee plays on. Fisted pass from Noel Doyle, finds Hughie Brennan. Hughie Brennan, Willie Quinlan beaten for this one. And Noel Lynch again. Noel Doyle tries to close him down. Lynch got more possession than any two men so far in the first half. Westmeath builds. John Fleming this time now. Dangerously close to the sideline of the Carlow 20-metre line. Gets it back to Larry Giles. Giles, shortish ball inside. Finds Dermot Wilson. Good ball back to Giles. And again, a poor wide for Westmeath. But danger signals there that Westmeath seem to have plenty of possession. And if they start turning it into scores, Carlow will be in big trouble. But just after 20 minutes gone, Carlow still hold on to a 3-2 lead. turns his kick out. Oh, right through to Johnny Nevin. Nobody seemed to want to gather this one, but Johnny sets up Garvin Ware now. Promising build up by Carlow. Garvin heading towards the Westmeath 45 and inside it, 35 metres out Garvin. Turns it inside to Willie Quinn, and Willie, shortish pass to Hughie Brennan. Hughie still in possession. Seen to be fouled and is fouled. Hand trip, the referee says, and the Westmeath people don't like it, but Anthony Keating directly in front of the post, 22 metres out. Should put Carlow 4, Westmeath 2, hopefully. Anthony Keating, 21 minutes gone, Carlow 4, Westmeath 2. Westmeath men have also hit 5 wides as against 2 wides for Carlow. David Mitchell now, just about 8 minutes and perhaps a few seconds stoppages left in the first half. Carlow 4 points, Westmeath 2. Positional switches seem to put Anthony Keating at left full forward and Joe Hayden at left half now for Carlow. David Mitchell, kick out coming towards the centre of the field. Garvin Ware knocks it down to Joe Hayden, but Joe fails to gather, but John Lynch fails to hold. Garvin, excellent ball inside to Johnny Nevin. Incisive run by Nevin. Surely he's been fouled. Referee plays on. Nevin still in possession. Turns it back to Hughie Brennan. Hughie on his left. Excellent ball inside to Joe Hayden. Joe's what looked like a goal-bound shot. Very well stopped by full-back John O'Brien, and Westmeath come away with Anthony Coyne. Coyne, shortish pass, finds John Cooney, the captain in the middle of the field. John Wynn should knock this one away from poorish pass though, and Jerry Evans looking for a free, but John Wynn sets up Sean Kavanagh. Sean surely fouled there by Dermot Brady. Takes the kick himself. Excellent ball. Joe Hayden in space. Joe making the angle better for himself on his right foot. Marvellous shot by Hayden. Joe Hayden beginning to burst into this game now, and 23 minutes gone. Carlow 5, Westmeath 2. John Wynn having no nonsense there from Jerheven. David Mitchell now again. Just inside the Carlow half, Hughie Brennan beaten to it by John Cooney. Cooney turns it back to centre half back. Burke, excellent block by Johnny Nevin, and Johnny now has space and has the legs. Johnny 20 metres out directly in front of the post, turns onto his thrust to the left, and it's Carlow 6, and Nevin made that score himself. Did all the donkey work after blocking the ball from his opposite number, the centre half back, and then carry the ball 25 metres line to the 25 metres to inside the 20 metres, turned onto his left and nonchalantly makes it Carlow 6, Westmeath 2. Six and a half minutes left in the first half now, and hopefully Carlow won't concede soft scores towards the end of the half as it did against Tipperary. 4 points of a cushion. Excellent kick out by Mitchell into the Carlow half. Garvin Ware, ball knocked away, got it by Noel Lynch. Lynch being put under pressure now by Hughie Brennan. Finds Larry Giles. Good marking job being done by Tom Hannafin though. Still Giles in possession, having a go himself. Ball blocked down by John Wynn. But now John Fleming to John Murray. Ball still not out of play though. Still and well kept in play there by Dermot Wilson. No silly fouling by the Carlow defence. Got it by John Wynn. John relieving clearance that if Johnny Nevin can keep it in, but it's too near the sideline. Very little option for John Wynn there. Very few Carlow men running off that ball. Line ball on the exact centre of the field there for Westmeath. Nudge away, but Westmeath building again. Dermot Wilson tries to shake off Willie Quinlan and Alan Canlon. Gets it back to John Fleming. Fleming, softish enough looking free, but takes it quickly from the hand to Sean Kavanagh. Marvellous interception by Kavanagh, and seen to be fouled as he was coming away. Matty Kerrigan will surely have something to say to these Westmeath men at half-time about over-carrying, because they've had the Carlow defence at 6s and 7s a number of times in the first half, but over-carrying the ball and sheer tenacity by the Carlow defence has meant that Westmeath haven't really got the scores that they possibly could have. Westmeath building again now, left half back. Anthony Coyne, this should be Joe Murphy's ball. Joe looking for options. Johnny Nevin leaves it to Noel Dial to rise. Ball drops under slippery conditions. Westmeath men looking for a free, but it's Willie Quinlan to Joe Hayden to Anthony Keating. Promising move again for Carlow. Joe Hayden now, scoring opportunity for Joe. Directly in front of the post. Just fails to curl it the required yard or two, and it stays to the right and wide. Just a third wide of the half for Carlow, but a healthy advantage at the moment on the scoreboard. Carlow 6, Westmeath 2. 4 minutes of the first half remain. Sun gone in slightly behind the clouds at the moment. This one, Noel Fallon does well. Alan Canlon now. Alan, crossfield pass to Sean Kavanagh. Sean on his left foot, should be Noel Fallon's, but no, beaten to it by John Cooney, and Westmeath build again. Dermot Wilson with John Fleming in space inside, finds him. Joe Murphy fouls John Fleming, and Noel Lynch now in space again. Lynch directs what dangerous looking ball towards the Carlow full back line. John Wynn tries to knock it away, but trouble here for Carlow. Ball directly across the face of the goal, seemed to be picked off the ground by John Murray, but turned it back to Rory O'Connell, and referee decides it's a 45. His ball seemed to go wide unhindered, but referee O'Keefe was closer to the play than we are, so giving Westmeath a 45. Centre forward Rory O'Connell seems to have taken a knock in that schmozzle as well, so John Fleming there rooting a hole in the ground, which is slightly illegal, but the linesman is saying nothing to him at the moment. About 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Carlow 4 ahead. What can John Fleming do with his 45 for Westmeath? Rain clouds gathering overhead. Fleming's kick not greatly directed, but Hughie Brennan at the second attempt gathers. Shortish fisted ball, finds Noel Fallon. Noel now, long relieving clearance, but no one there except Oliver Keating at right half back for Westmeath. Keating's kick into the danger area. Garvin Ware back inside his own full back line. Garvin wins possession, fisted away to John Wynn. This is more like it from Carlow. Noel Dial now, has he the legs of this one? Will he be beaten by Anthony Coyne? Coyne wins possession, but he seemed to put it out at the expense of a line ball, but strange decision there by the linesman. Gives the line ball to Westmeath. John Murray, still the shortest play, finds Ger Heaven. John Wynn now trying to deny him a shot at goal. Heaven takes a little nudge from Wynn, but kicks a very good point, and the Westmeath crowd showed their appreciation of that score as Heaven makes it Westmeath 3, Carlow 6. Westmeath forwards have had plenty of the ball, but hopefully if Carlow can just deny them now up to half time and get reorganised for the second half. John Cairns getting ready. Just about a minute plus whatever stoppages the referee allows in the first half. John Cairns' kick out around the centre of the field. Ball knocked away from Garvin Ware. Noel Lynch. This should be Tom Hannifan's ball. Tom Hannifan now. Shortest fisted pass to Joe Murphy. Joe seen to be fouled. Joe should slow down a bit now. Tries to find Willie Quinlan. Willie, ball too high for Willie. Carlow want to slow it down coming up to half time. John Cooney wins it free for Westmeath in the centre of the field, and Willie Quinlan is penalised for being too near the kicker. Westmeath another chance now to eat into Carlow's lead. Advantage rule played. Danger now for Carlow. John Murray, goal scoring opportunity. Referee says play on. Danger there averted as John Cairns gathered the ball. Cairns again. Carlow's saviour, and a marvellous clearance close to the sideline, but finds Joe Hayden. Joe put under pressure now by Noel Lynch. Joe's clearance. Johnny Nevin and Damien Burke. Nevin does very well. Burke seemed to have that ball, but Nevin denies him. Finds Mucker Keating. Colm Hayden now slips inside. Can Colm get it? Goalie cuts it off. David Mitchell comes away for Westmeath. Finds Noel Lynch, but beaten. Both Lynch and Joe Hayden missed possession, but Lynch gathers it at the second attempt. Sets up John Fleming now. Game moves into injury time. Can Carlos deny Westmeath a score? Danger now as Larry Giles Carlow in big trouble. Kearns takes a deflection, but no, Westmeath. Westmeath, it seemed to be centre forward O'Connell. Either centre forward O'Connell or full forward Murray, but it looks like O'Connell is taking the credit, and history repeating itself. It looks like Carlow will go in on level scores and the referee blows half time, so tragedy for Carlow right on the stroke of half time. And Westmeath crowd much happier as the teams depart. Westmeath's first half tally there, that goal in possibly seconds of injury time by Rory O'Connell. A point from play by John Murray, a point from play and a free by Ger Heaven. Westmeath 1-3. Westmeath had 5 wides in the first half and a lot of possession taken away from them inside the Carlow 50-metre line. Carlow 6 points, 2 frees and a point from play by Anthony Keating. Joe Hayden a point from play, Colm Hayden a point from play, and Johnny Nevin a point from play, and 3 wides for Carlow. So, as I say, history repeating itself, and hopefully Carlow can come out with all guns blazing as they did against Westmeath in the second half. So, at half time, it's Carlow 6 points, Westmeath 1-3, and all to play. The second half is on. Westmeath straight away into the attack. Should be Sean Kavanagh's ball. Leaves it to Noel Fallon. Noel fisted past to Hughie Brennan. Tom Hannafin down injured in the Carlow full back line. Hughie fisted inside to Garvin Ware. Garvin, shortish ball to Willie Quinlan. Quinlan now, surely being fouled. Referee gives advantage. Joe Hayden in front here. Joe does well. Joe around Michael Broder. Slips, still holds possession though. Fisted pass poorly directed and gathered by Dermot Wilson. Westmeath Bill, but this should be Noel Fallon's ball again. Noel Fallon fisted away to Alan Canlon. Alan. Shortest ball inside of Joe Murphy. Joe now. Joe jinks around one man. Garvin Ware in space. Marvellous ball from Joe Murphy to Garvin Ware. Garvin. Noel Lynch surely fouling him. Garvin still in possession. Garvin hooks it and to the right and wide. Linesman took a long time to decide whether that was going over or not, and Tom Hannafin still down. Seemed to have taken a heavy knock and the stretcher being called for, so very unfortunate there. As the rain begins to fall down now, Bobby Miller comes over to see how bad his fullback is injured, and looks like Carlow will have to make a substitution. Seems to be Darren Leonard getting ready on the Carlow bench. Tom Hannafin has to be helped off the pitch. Tragedy for Tom and for Carlow just a minute and a half into the second half as Bobby Miller tries to reorganise his defence. Looks like Hughie Brennan going full back. Sean Kavanagh going full back. And it's not Darren Leonard, it's Jody Morrissey making an appearance, so switches on the Carlow team. Jody Morrissey replaces the injured Tom Hannafin, with Sean Kavanagh moving from centre back to full back. Hughie Brennan from centre of the field as centre half back, and Morrissey comes in to mark Blondie Lynch, who got acres of ball in the first half. David Mitchell now with the kick. Surely a minute and a half of stoppages to be added on at the end of this game. Garvin Ware knocks it away. Centre half back Burke for Westmeath, fouled by Johnny Nevin. Burke. This should be Noel Fallon's ball, but the bounce beats him. Danger now as it's Larry Giles for Westmeath. Giles, dangerous looking ball, but John Cairns lets it go wide and gets ready for the kick out. One way to each side now as the second half, a stop-start second half without injury to Tom Hannaford. So now maybe we'll settle down to some continuous play. Alan Canlan gathers, being put under pressure by two Westmeath men. Still Canlan, and Willie Quinlan comes up to pick up the pieces as he often does. Shortish fisted ball to Joe Murphy. Joe heading towards Westmeath territory. Good ball to Morrissey. Morrissey's first touch shoved by John Cooney, but still Morrissey in possession. Turns it back to Joe Hayden. Joe, crossfield ball to Garvin Ware. Marvellous ball with Noel Dial in space. Noel Dial, scoring opportunity for Noel on his left foot. Very, very high, but still in play. Anthony Keating under it. Knocked away from Keating. Morrissey in front of Lynch. Good play by Jody Morrissey. Seen to be fouled. Referee says play on. Noel Lynch in possession for Westmeath. Westmeath build now. Half-back, cornerback Brady. Down the line, and surely he even can't keep that one in play as John Wynne gets ready now to take the line ball. Gone very dark now in Tullamore as Carlow build. Willie Quinlan takes that heavy challenge, but still in possession. And then the referee, a ridiculous decision there by referee Coney. Danger now for Carlow. Sean Kavanagh beaten by Larry Giles. Softish free again to Westmeath. Two very strange decisions there by the Cork referee as Heaven tries to gain a yard or two. Moving into the 5th minute on the clock, but only about 3 minutes of actual playing time elapsed. Heaven with this opportunity to put Westmeath ahead, but fails to curl it, and the score remains Carlow 6 points, Westmeath 1-3. John Cairns has kicked this one, dropping inside at Carlow 45-metre line. Well gathered by Hughie Brennan. Heavy challenge, but gets it to Joe Murphy. Joe now, shortish pass inside to Noel Fallon. Noel with Alan Canlan on his outside, but turns it back to Joe Murphy. Joe coming into Westmeath territory now. Still Joe Murphy in possession. Good run from the cornerback. And fouled. Joe now will probably leave this one on the ground, but no, shortish ball inside of Willie Quinlan. Willie, Garvin Ware in space. Willie goes inside of Westmeath 45. Excellent ball to Morrissey, but cut off by Darren Burke. Burke fouled by Johnny Nevin. Westmeath coming again. John Wynne might get a fist to this, but decides to wait and does the sensible thing. Sweeps behind Gerheven. John Wynne now, fisted clearance to Noel Fallon. Noel fails to hold at the first attempt. Toe pokes it back, but danger now for Carlow. Gerheven. Heaven scoring opportunity. It's Larry Giles this time. Makes no mistake. Bad slip up in the Carlow defence there, and Giles punishes them severely. So it's 1-4 to 6 points. Carlow will need to dig deep now. John Cairns. Breeze beginning to play a part now as Garvin Ware rises at the second attempt, fails to gather, but there's Quinlan again, surely being fouled. Quinlan drives it forward, Keating under it, knocks it down at the second attempt, turns it away to Morrissey. Morrissey seemed to get away with a pick off the ground there. Lucky let off for Carlow. Garvin Ware deep into enemy territory. Garvin touched by Colm Hayden, and it's a goal for Carlow. The umpires are looking at each other, but no, it's been allowed. Marvellous goal by Colm Hayden. Westmeath goalie Mitchell on the ground. Very fortuitous there. Jody Morrissey seemed to have picked it off the ground, but the referee was close to it. He decided it wasn't. Two umpires, no way was Colm Hayden in the square there, standing rigid to attention, and Carlow with a bit between their teeth now at 1-6 to 1-4. Speculative love there by Garvin Ware, but clinically finished by Colm Hayden. Carlow crowd getting behind their men now. Yeah. Goalie. No, you're okay, no. David Mitchell, it must have been his pride was hurt because he's back to his feet there after a few seconds of tension. So Carlow fans getting behind their men now. Eight minutes of the second half. Mitchell's kick out. Marvellous kick. Louis Brennan rises, breaking ball. Where's it going to go? Westmeath, Dermot Wilson, and Wilson wins a free. Good tenacity shown there by the half forward. Carlow defences want to be wary now. This should be John Wynn's ball. Poorly directed kick there by Wilson. John Wynn, toe to hand. Shortish ball to Sean Kavanagh. Sean finds Joe Murphy coming outside his own 45-metre line. Fisted pass to Garvin Ware. Garvin, lovely ball onto Johnny Nevin. Good build-up now by Carlow. Nevin slips inside Burke expertly. Turns it on to Noel Doyle. It's a marvellous move by Carlow. Garvin Ware again in the action. Garvin. Shortish pass outside to Joe Hayden. Joe touched it inside to Johnny Nevin. Scoring opportunity for Nevin. Inside the Westmeath 20-metre line. Still Nevin in possession. Nevin surely fouled. Tall point delivered and the net again. A marvellous goal again. Was it Johnny Morrissey? But it's in the Westmeath net. It doesn't matter. Marvellous run there by Nevin. In that play 2 or 3 times, and Westmeath now really rattled. The shortest kick out taken. Noel Doyle does excellently. To Colm Hayden. Brother Joe inside. Still Colm in possession. Touched it inside to Noel Doyle, will he? Colm probably should have deflected that to Noel Doyle, but still it's Carlow. Johnny Nevin. Referee seems to have stopped play here. Having a word with Joe Hayden and telling him to cut out whatever is going on, but Carlow now just want to keep up the pressure. Can Nevin keep this one in play? Not this time. Carlow 2-6, Westmeath 1-4. This ball now, Westmeath build again, and John Murray's first attack of the second half. Danger here for Carlow. Quinlan gets back to put him under pressure. Still Murray in possession. Comes up to Kavanagh. Loses possession, but jinks around him. Still Murray in possession. Willie Quinlan. Challenged by Alan Cannon and Willie Quinlan. Good play here by the backs. But the Westmeath captain makes no mistake there, Coney, and 2-6 to 1-5 now. Bit of a stop-start performance here from Carlow.
Hello? Morrissey or no, it was Colm Hayden, was it? It was Colm Hayden, I thought. Morrissey, I don't know.
4 points between the sides now, as it looks like Spike Fagan getting ready on the Westmeath bench. Cairns' kick out. Canlan under it. Knocked away, but Huey Brennan now. Fisted pass finds Jody Morrissey. Morrissey. Colm Hayden will be beaten for this, but it'll run through to brother Joe. Joe with Garvin Ware inside. Marvellous move now. Garvin deep into enemy territory. Oh, just fails to deflect this pass. Free out to Westmeath. Not a place for faint hearts as Westmeath get 3 men warming up on the far bank. This kick now to Willie Quinlan under breaking ball. Danger for Carlow now. Larry Giles. Surely overcarried by half-back Keating, but he's in a goal-scoring position. Cairns seemed to have deflected that one over the top, and again John Cairns saves Carlow, and danger signs here. Westmeath half-back going all the way up. This game is by no means over yet as Westmeath come again. Just 1 goal between the sides now, and what would have been 2 killer blows against the lesser side. Westmeath are showing their character here. So Carlow will have to dig deeper as John Cairns tries to rally the men now. He says, get up for this kick out. Cairns' kick. The centre of the field. Gavin Ware nudged away, but the second attempt, can he get it? Johnny Nevin come on it. It's scattered by Westmeath captain Coney. Still Westmeath in possession. Cornerback Brady fails to keep it in play, and it's a line ball to Carlow. 13 minutes gone, so 17 plus stoppages of this. Even though it might be stop and start at times, it's still rip-roaring entertainment here for a crowd of probably 6,000 or 7,000. Willie Quinlan's kick, breaking ball, got it again by Westmeath men. Carlow will have to get into it. It's a free to Westmeath. This one, John Wynne beats him, but Alan Canlon covers behind. Good covering here by the Carlow defence. Alan to Sean Kavanagh. Sean now lifts his head. Joe Murphy takes it away from Jody Morrissey, but should turn it on to Noel Dial. Still Joe Murphy in possession. Still Joe Murphy. Has he overcarried it? Referee says no, but he's lost possession, and it's Noel Lynch for Westmeath. Lynch fouled by Noel Dial. Noel Lynch gains another 10 metres for Westmeath. Dangerous looking ball, should be Joe Hayden's though. Joe deep in his own defence. Great pass, crossfield pass to Morrissey. Jody now looking for options. Dangerous ball. Oh shit. Referee says play on. Noel Fallon does well. Marvellous ball again. Morrissey finds Ware. Surely Carlow on for a score here. Garvin drinking inside. Good ball. Finds Nevin. Johnny now. Will he turn it back inside to Ware? Nevin. And a marvellous score by Johnny Nevin. Great stuff there by Noel Fallon. Took a heavy challenge in the back foot. Didn't have any nonsense. Deflected it on. And Morrissey, an incisive ball to Ware. Ware beat two men. Found Nevin, and Johnny gets his second score of the game. And now Carlow 4 clear. Carlow 2-7. Westmeath 1-6. Good kick again there by Mitchell in the goal. But Jody Morrissey, what a second half he's having. To Joe Hayden now. Joe surely has the legs of Broder here. Referee gives advantage. Joe scoring opportunity. Has it the legs. Well caught under the post by Mitchell. Mitchell's clearance. This could be Morrissey's again. Deflects it and Hughie Brennan picks it up. Good ball from Hughie to Garvin. Garvin surely foul. Referee says play on. Gets inside kind of half back. Still Garvin Ware. Still Garvin Ware. Morrissey leaves it to Nevin. Johnny surely foul. Shoving the back, and referee says free to Carlow. Great guts and determination being shown here by these Carlow men. They shouldn't let this lead slip now at this stage. Moving into the last quarter of the game. Anthony Keating should put 5 between the sides. Buckle makes no mistake. His fourth of the game. Carlow 2-8, Westmeath 1-6. Both sets of supporters again, and Anthony Keating has 2 men to mark wherever the problem is here. Mitchell though is going for a long one. 10 metres into the Carlow half. Ware rises, breaking ball, got it by Morrissey. And again the half-time substitution, or shortly after half-time substitution, seems to work for Carlow. Nevin picks it up from Nevin to Canlon with Keating in space to Brennan. Hughie Brennan to Colm Hayden. Colm on his right foot, and it's a marvellous score again for Carlow. Marvellous point there by Colm Hayden. To 1-6 now for Carlow, and they've restored that 2-goal advantage. About 13 minutes plus maybe a minute or 2 stoppages. Carlow 2-9, Westmeath 1-6, and Morrissey again. Fist, shortish ball this time. Does it get through? Yes, and things are really going Carlow's way now. Noel Dial toe pokes it on to Morrissey. Marvellous ball to Joe Hayden. Joe on his left, and Joe just fails to direct it, and Joe running to the referee saying it was over, but to no avail. Joe should get back out to his position. What a transformation Morrissey has made to this Carlow centre field. Lynch is largely anonymous at this stage, so let's hope it can stay that way for about the next 12-13 minutes. David Mitchell now. This one not as long. Canlon and Ware rise, knocked away, and Nevin gathers. What a game the old Loughlin man is having, and this time he sets up Ware with Joe Hayden inside him. Garvin going on now. Will he go himself? Just fails to direct it, and that's 2 wides in a row for Carlow, but Garvin apologises to Joe and gets back out to his position, and that's what it's about. Turn the next ball again for Carlow. Substitute on the Westmeath team now. Michael Broder has been replaced by number 18, Tom Darcy. Poorish kick out this time, and it's Morrissey again. Finds Colm Hayden. Colm does very well. Slips inside the substitute Darcy. Advantage given to cross the Noel Dial. Noel, marvellous ball inside to Nevin. Johnny now surely fouled. Advantage given. Joe Hayden on his right foot and a rocket off the crossbar, but it's over the bar for Carlow. Marvellous score by Hayden. Great movement again. Morrissey to Colm Hayden to Noel Dial to Johnny Nevin to Joe Hayden, and the Carlow crowd really get behind their men. 7 points clear now. Carlow 2-10, Westmeath 1-6. About 11 minutes plus stoppages. Mitchell. Joe Hayden waiting for the break, but there's no break this time. It's gathered by Damien Burke. Put under pressure by Hayden. Ball gone back to full-back O'Brien. John Wynne should be under this. John gathers. Touched inside to Quinlan. Quinlan back playing as an extra half-back now, but a poorish ball from Willie this time. Gathered by Rory O'Connell. O'Connell. Hughie Brennan. Judged to a foul, half-back Oliver Keating, and Hughie being spoken to by the referee. As long as Carlow concede no goals now, the B Championship will be theirs. Looks like Martin Birmingham is getting ready on the sideline for what would be his first game under Bobby Miller. Possibly add a bit of height and stability around the centre of the field to turn this ball. Vital kick for Westmeath and Heaven now. 10 minutes plus stoppages. Haven now, will he curl this one towards the square? Will he go for a point? Going for the score, and looks like he has it. A marvellous kick for the right-footed kicker there, Ger Heaven. 2-10 to 1-7. Jason Hughes also warming up, and Darren Leonard. Another substitute on the Westmeath team, Alan MacDonald, 23, replacing John Fleming. Sorry. John Cairns' kick out again now. Garvin Ware under this, knocked away from him, but got it by Quinlan, loses it. Had a second attempt, Westmeath building again, and they have shifted Keating up to the forwards, and now danger for Carlow with Murray coming at John Wynne. Seemed to charge with the ball, gets it back. Larry Giles, substitute out MacDonald. Dangerous ball, Cairns under it. Marvellous save by John Cairns. Fouled by 2 Westmeath men. And again Cairns rallies to the colours. Under 9 minutes now. Carlow 6 clear. Cairns' kick. This one a little bit shorter. Alan Canlon will get it at the second attempt. Canlon's been fouled, referee, and he gives advantage to Westmeath. Harsh decision. Oliver Keating up in the half-forward line now. Keating adding punch to the Westmeath attack, but fails to direct this one, and thankfully for Carlow, Alan Canlon still shouting at the referee, but he may get back to his position. Referee was at fault, but he's not going to change his decision now. Eight minutes plus stoppages. Even 7 minutes plus stoppages. John's kick-out's dropping a little bit shorter, but Quinlan again. Back to Joe Murphy. Joe being surely fouled. Things should be slowed down now, Joe. Leave it on the ground. Leave it to Sean Kavanagh off the ground now and bang it 40 to 50 metres. Need another 30 seconds into the clock. Referee calling on the Carlow men to speed it up, but we have the scores on the scoreboard now. Sean Kavanagh getting ready. Strikes it well. The Westmeath territory, but no Carlow man near it, and it's half-back Keating again. Westmeath's dominant man in the last 10 minutes. Finds Dermot Wilson. Wilson surely charging with the ball, referee, and gives him a very soft free. Very, very soft free given to Westmeath there. Carlow men go back and face the ball and concede no goal. It's the order of the day now. Heaven gets ready. Ger Heaven this time puts 5 between the sides. His own 4th point, 3 frees and 1 from play. Six minutes plus stoppages, whatever the referee is going to allow. Time for Carlow to lift it again now and get a score at the far end. And the crowd getting behind their men again. Marvellous occasion here for midwinter for Carlow footballers, and hopefully they can hold it for another 6 or 7 minutes. Matty Kerrigan in on the pitch now and trying to exhort his men. John Cairns' kick out. Garvin rises and gathers. Marvellous catch by Ware from behind 3 Westmeath men. Fisted ball to Fallon. Fallon shortest ball to Ware. Marvellous movement to Morrissey. Jody's toe to hand. Outside of Johnny Nevin. Knocked away from Johnny this time by John O'Brien. Joe Murphy had a second attempt, surely. Referee says he touched it on the ground. A couple of things going against Carlow now. Free taken, danger here as Keating again, this half back in acres of space, gets it back to right half forward. Wilson, plenty of room out to the right, and that's where it goes, to the right and wide. 5 minutes now between Carlow and B victory. 5 minutes, 5 points. John Cairns will want to just speed it a slight bit. We don't want any extra time added on here unnecessarily. Referee's going to go in to speak to John. And he's looking at the watch, so Carlow don't want this. Good kick from John this time, low trajectory. Garvin, has he got the legs to get to it? It's right half forward, Wilson again, danger again for Carlow, and this is another opportunity for Heaven. Westmeath are sneaking back into this game, so this will put 4 between the sides. Heaven under pressure and makes no mistake. 2-10 to 1-9. Inside the last 5, but the referee is again speaking to John Cairns, and he will probably play 6 or 7 minutes at least, so John Cairns will want to mind the referee. Westmeath crowd and Carlow crowd voting anybody. An excellent kick out from Cairns, finds Quinlan just outside his own 45-metre line. Noel Fallon. Noel, shortish pass to Hughie Brennan. Is Hughie fouled? Larry Giles goes into the notebook, and now Carlow, let's get a point at the other end of the field. It seems as if Noel Fallon took the knock. Noel's still on the ground. Jason Hughes gets ready to enter the fray. Three minutes plus whatever the referee allows, and Noel Fallon has got to his feet and will take the free from the hands himself. Colm Hayden. Morrissey just fails to keep it in play, and it's a line ball to Westmeath. Carlow need to get this ball into Westmeath, danger into the Westmeath 20-metre line now in the next attack. Who's going to get this one? Quinlan knocks it down to Fallon, but the loose ball is there, and Quinlan has it. Surely Quinlan's been fouled. Turns it back to Joe Hayden. Joe drills it through. Jody Morrissey pokes it away, but Carlow probably defending in numbers now, and it's cornerback Brady. Loose Westmeath men again. Dermot Burke, Damien Burke, the centre half back. Burke is given advantage. Morrissey gets back to dispossess him. No, foul him, the referee says. Giles again with a kick, leaving it again to Heaven. This game by no means over yet, because if Heaven kicks this, there's just a kick of the ball between the sides. Ger Heaven. 2 minutes, and there could be 2 or 3 minute stoppages. Heaven again, unerringly over the target. 6 points for John now within a goal of Carlow. Carlow must lift the siege now again. Kearns' kick out. Garvin is under it. Can he field it? Knocks it away to Nevin. Now Carlow build. Shortish ball at Joe Hayden. Joe. Is he asking a bit much of Morrissey? Yes. And Westmeath again. It's all Westmeath at this stage. John O'Brien now. This looks dangerous. Can John Wynne get to it? John knocks it down on Old Fallon. Marvellous catch by Fallon and surely being fouled. Steady Noel. Short. Steady it up. Anthony Keatington, Old Dial. Down the line. Garvin Ware. Poked away from him there by Anthony Coyne. Noel Dial this time lets it run, but it's still in play. And Westmeath are really battling hard here. Carlow will have to dig. John MacDonald, Westmeath build again. Danger here in the Carlow defence. Alan Canlon rises with, knocks it down, and it's Westmeath though. That man heaving again. Now there's 2 between the sides. That ball could have looked as if it was going wide, but the umpire straight away raises the flag. Even 7 points. Westmeath 111, Carlow 210. As this game enters whatever stoppage time the referee is going to allow. 2 points between the sides. Stoppage time, so Carlow must lift this siege. Good kick out again by Kearns. Shortish to Sean Kavanagh. Sean into Westmeath territory. Nevin among 4 of them. He can't beat 4 men. Where are the other Carlow men? Noel Lynch now for Westmeath. Is this Willie Quinlan's? Cut off by Sean Kavanagh and bursts out of defence. Sean. This ball is cut off though by Anthony Coyne and Carlow. Garvin Ware trying to chase them down. Can Noel Fallon get a touch? It's all Westmeath at this stage. Another substitute is in. John Healy for Westmeath. Gets it inside to Alan MacDonald. MacDonald. Good block by Quinlan though. Full forward Murray. Surely a full forward foul, and it's a let off for Carlow. Leave down the ball and give it to John Kearns from the ground. Leave it down. A minute and a half of stoppage time played. Surely it must be all up at this stage. Carlow 210, Westmeath 111. Shortish kick by John Kearns to Hughie Brennan. Hughie solos outside his own 45. Good touch to Noel Dial. Noel Dial to Garvin Ware. Garvin now. Men inside him. Can he find Morrissey? Morrissey does well. Surely leaves it to Joe Murphy. Joe Murphy now for Carlow. Joe. Still Joe in possession. Touches inside to Morrissey. Morrissey is foul, referee, but he says play on. And it's all over. And Carlow are beat champions. And the Carlow crowd go mad here. They just hung on by the skin of their teeth, but they deserved it for the wins against Clare and against Waterford and against Tipperary, and now against Matty Kerrigan's Westmeath, the team who didn't want to win it, not half. Ask Jerry even did he want to win it, or ask that right half back Oliver Keating. Marvellous scenes here, and Bobby Miller works the article for Carlow football and puts them at least on the B map. Final score, Carlow 210, Westmeath 111. Score. Marvellous scenes down there as the Carlow men hug each other, and why not? Carlow scores. Colm Hayden 1-2. We think Jody Morrissey got the second goal. Anthony Keating 4 points, 3 frees and 1 from play. Johnny Nevin 2 points. And Joe Hayden 2 points. But a marvellous team performance. The Westmeath men. Ger Heaven scored 7 points, 5 from frees. Rory O'Connell, we think, got the goal. Keating the half back a point from play. John Cooney a point, Larry Giles a point, and John Murray a point. And just for the record, even though the wides tally won't count at this stage, Westmeath, who had 5 in the first half, in total kicked 9 wides. And the Carlow men, who had 3 in the first half, kept their tally down to a minimum altogether today with just 6 wides. So marvellous scenes here as the Carlow men waiting for the cup presentation.
Carlow are the All-Ireland B champions. Hugh Brennan The captain gets the cup from the president of the GA, Jack Goodman. Celebrations can begin in Carlow.
My wife. I thought she suffered along with herself, so I thought we got very kind of easily. I thought so.
111.
But that's not true. And you're that she's doing brilliant, sure. So that's classic. Here we go. He picked over 5 for these guys.
Straight in the middle, never in the
Never wavered. Maybe that's the thing.
You must certainly do good things. I would never give you the one of first second.
And also,
Down in the second half. First 20 minutes for the start, the second half, I ended a win. Played great football, but like my legs was getting tired at the end, and we were looking for the whistle. Luckily enough, like it came just in the nick of time for us, and we held out. It's just great to win it.
And don't go away because we'll be coming to and fro. John Wynn and John Cairns, that goal, lads, in the first half. Congratulations, by the way, personally, on great games. I mean, I know it's a cliche, but it was a marvellous team performance. John, you looked under pressure in the first half. You had the wind. You must have been very worried when you struck for that goal on half-time. That was a heartbreaker.
It was a heartbreak right on the kick at the dot of half-time. But still, at half-time, we were going in the same as we had at the start of the game. Carlow teams tend to play better against the wind. And we knew, when we came out in the second half, because of what happened before half-time, we knew what we had to do at the start of the second half. And it gave us possibly a good kick in the backside for the second half. We came out and we played great football for the first 20 minutes of the second half as a result of that. We possibly used up a lot of energy in those first 20 minutes, and as a result, we maybe died in the last 10 minutes. But I think it was a fantastic performance from the Carlow team in the first 20 minutes, second half. Again, we got the goals at the vital times we needed them. A massive performance in the forwards and midfield. I mean, I thought the first 20 minutes, second half was one of the best performances I've ever seen from the Carlow team anyway.
Well, our match analysts, Pat Tierney and John Mitchell, are nodding appreciatively about that, and we'll be talking to them later. To that goal again, John Cairns, you told me in the preview programme Friday evening that you're a loquacious goalkeeper, to say the least, that you give it a ribbon up to the forwards. You made a fantastic save. You went full length on that one. Very disappointed to see Rory O'Connell, the centre forward, stab it home.
Yeah, because the worst thing at the time I thought was that the ball's coming across the goal and putting hands to it and it takes it out and the goal that was towards it. And the Gavin was kind of behind me, maybe having to push the ball, Paul Gavin may cut it again, so I kind of put the ball into the forward.
Well, I think you've been very hard on yourself that you haven't touched the ball. It was stuck in the back of the net because you went full. Nothing you could do but tap it away. Sean Kavanagh from Rathvilly, you started at centre back. You're a regular centre fielder. You ended up at full back, and I think that might have been a very important move because we weren't all in agreement here in the commentary box that it might have been the best move. But I think that your undoubted fielding ability was very important in holding off the threat of both the wind and John Murray in that second half. Not to mention the two demons on either side of them, Heaven and Giles.
It's kind of differently in the full back anyway, not centre back. I wouldn't like it at all. Looking up. Hopefully never there again. You won't.
Going back to Johnny Nevin. Johnny, you played for the provincial side hurling and football. You were a member of the All-Ireland winning hurling side in London 2 or 3 years ago. We had great times certainly on that one. How does this rate?
Yeah, well, it was just great to double up today, It was my ambition going out there today. I had a B hurling medal and I wanted to win the B football medal, success in Carlow. It doesn't come that often, but I'm lucky enough now. I've got 2 B All-Ireland medals. So maybe we can win something else later on, but I'm happy enough with what I have because we're a small county with a small peak, and I'm just delighted to have those 2 medals anyway.
Now, I know you're one of the fittest men in the country, but you actually came up those steps there totally exhausted.
Yeah, I was exhausted. It was a hard game, the ground was very heavy out there, and it was sapping the legs out was the whole time, you know. And
take us through your goal, as they say on television.
Well, I don't know who finished it, but I just went in along the line, you know, and I stayed going, like, and I dropped my foot and I hit it with my left foot straight across, and I'm nearly certain it was Jody Morrissey that put his boot out and drove it into the top of the net, but there was 2 boots flying at it, but I'm nearly certain it was Jody Morrissey that finished it.
Well, we had the impression there was about 12 in there flying it in different directions, because we gave the goal to you, but we put that right with Jody later on anyway.
Maybe it wasn't Jody, but it's either Jody. Someone's boot hit it anyway, it flew in, you know, but it definitely wasn't mine. I played it across alright, but I worked in along the line, but it dropped to my goal.
Well, humble as usual, but immaterial because it was the goal that put you back on the track. John, you have, is it fair to say that that's probably the finest game that you have played in years? I was very impressed by you. I thought you did an amount of sweeping.
Thanks very much. Personally, I didn't think I had a great game in the first half anyway, but no, I think over the last couple of years, the Aero players in general have improved with fitness because of Bobby's contribution to our fitness levels and because of his contribution to our commitment level. He has brought us up to a different plane of football altogether. So I think we're improving still. I don't think that might be the best performance you see from this Carlow team yet. Hopefully we'll have better things to come in next year's championship as well. So
certainly, and that outing, of course, is against neighbours Laois, and I bet they're looking at this one with interest. John, in the second half, John Wynn pointed out there, and going to John Carlow, John Wynn pointed out that the first 20 minutes of that second half was some of the finest football ever played by any Carlow team, Clonmel County.
That's right, Clem, yeah, well, I think what John said really, like, for the first 20 minutes we really took over, and like all energy was using those 20 minutes, and like for the last 10 minutes it was constant pressure. Like fair play to them, they were taking their points instead of going for goal, really, you know. Like once or twice they had chances for goal, right, but they took the points off most of the time and then like came away from the game, you know.
You were rampant at that stage, and I think the introduction of Jody Morrissey made a very significant contribution, because combined with Morrissey getting a lot of possession, Garvin Ware suddenly came into his own, gained a lot of possession in the middle of the field, himself, Hughie Brennan, Morrissey, all driving forward.
That's right again, Clem, yeah. You see it about Jody today was, I thought that he's a brilliant fielder of the ball, but today he got the break as well, like midfield, for that again, like when they can start to take over again, it was a breaking ball that kind of came us, you know, so Jody came in there, anything the ball like Phillips thought he got it and he can make the use of it, you know.
Sean? You're a very laid-back individual. You've just won an All-Ireland medal, and I noticed that in training as well. But I think the celebrations will be magnificent.
Oh, that's so, yeah. I hope so, yeah. It's not very often that Carlow wins that, so I have to make the most of it.
Well, I think Carlow fans might say that Sean Kavanagh might prefer to play in centre field, but that if he can play away at centre back and then adjust the corner back or full back as it's needed, it doesn't matter, sure, if we put him in goal whenever John Cairns takes the humour.
I'll be out the lines next time, yeah. Keep going the way I am.
Well, all we can say, we'll leave the last word. We have Garvin Ware coming up in a minute. We'll leave the last word from the lads to Johnny Nevin. Johnny, as I say, it's been long, it's been hard. It's fair to say that this is the beginning of the renaissance and resurgence of Carlow football.
Yeah, without a doubt, like, you know, we come up here today and we definitely knew like we could beat Westmeath, you know, but like a lot of people thought Westmeath was a lot better than us, but I think we proved it today, you know, that we can. Like we're better than a lot of teams, you know, and
I know I said it was the last word, but then again I'm a bad liar. John Wynn, on that, because Johnny prompted me about it, very few people expected you to beat Westmeath. Let's face it, you're underdogs, even your own supporters. I suppose that's built on losing for so long they didn't want to build up their expectations.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I mean, if you remember 2 years ago, Aero played Mullingar Shamrocks in Portlaoise, and they were supposed to win the Leinster title that year, and we went out and gave them right trouncing over in Portlaoise. So they played the backbone, I would say, of 11 Aero players there today. Didn't fancy Westmeath football that much. We knew if they could be county champions in Westmeath that we didn't, where we were going to get much more better players than that. So we knew we were in there with a shout all along. We never felt that they were going to beat us today.
Confident indeed, John. The forwards, the likes of Giles and Ger Heaven in particular, those twin corner forward threats. How concerned were you with those? I know John Wynn was going to have his hands full, Joe Murphy was going to have his hands full. The injury to Tom Hannafin, let's talk about that. Let's not forget Tom. He barely got time to touch the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Clem, Tom did very well. Because where he's playing today, he's kind of a roving full back. What they were doing was bringing the full forward out to a certain degree and playing the ball into the two corners. That's how the two lads played so well, because they were getting any ball to me was going to the corners the whole time. But Tom did very well in the first half. And second half, I think he went over his ankle or something, I'm not sure.
Yeah, a dropping ball in. And Sean Kavanagh, 4 All-Ireland medals on their way to Rathvilly.
That's the way to have him, man. It's not hard to win, man. Yeah.
And I was saying to you at the preview programme on Friday evening that if you won, it would probably be Thursday week when you finally arrive.
It would all happen already. You know,
Or the fortnight.
Well, all we can say at this stage to the four lads, to Johnny Nevin, to John Wynne, John Cairns and Sean Kavanagh, to say heartiest congratulations is the understatement of the year. I must say this is one of my proudest moments in CKR sport. We look forward to more great times. More immediately, lads, we look forward to a great party this evening. And we can tell our listeners out there that we're on our way to the hotel and we'll be bringing you that party live and in colour all the way throughout the course of the evening, and we'll keep you posted on the team's progress towards Carlow, because I'm sure there'll be a huge following out there in Carlow in the square tonight. So we'll let these four
gentlemen. Come on in. It's wide open. We're here to meet the successful Carlow team. Don't be shy. Come on in. We're all in here to say hello to them. Now lads, everyone on teams have come home successfully with a cup. Cheers, three cheers for them. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hooray! Hip, hip. I'm here on behalf of all supporters to welcome you here, to welcome you to a momentous and an historic occasion. And we brought a few people along here to tell us how they feel about it. And the first one, this is a county occasion, therefore I'd like to call on Des Hurley to say just a few words about the team as chairman of the the county council. Thank you.
Chairman of Urban Council, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck the Dollars, I'm delighted to be here tonight as Chairman of Carlow County Council to welcome back home here to Carlow Town our victorious team, a team that played well today, played with conviction, played with style, took their chances and came out eventual winners, champions of Ireland, B champions. I wish you all the success that you deserve. A couple of years ago, I travelled to Mullingar, the last time that Carlow played Westmeath. Right? It was a very, very bad day. We were well beaten, but on that day I sort of said to myself, I was speaking with 3 or 4 other lads that travelled with me from Greycullen, that if a bit of effort is put in, Carlow can go places. It's ironic that today that we have in the B Championship Westmeath that Carlow beat them and beat them convincingly. Right? And I don't know why so many people are surprised with Bobby Miller from Laois at the helm and me from Greycullen.
They're smiling, but all I can say to you lads, I am so happy, I'm so thrilled. It's great for Carlow. Let's make it, instead of a B, make it an A someday. All the best, lads.
Thank you very much indeed. And finally, I must call on the chairman of the county board, Jim English. He's the man at the helm now of everything in GAA.
And fellow Gael. What can I say tonight? First of all, my job, I'm chairman of the county board, but that means I just have to look over things, because I believe there's enough people in the county to do the work, and I can look at them doing it. So we have picked manager Bobby Miller, the man that all the county was looking for. We have good selectors, even-headed men, and what I'm going to say to all Carlow tonight is, give them the support from now on. I've mentioned here at the launch of the sponsorship that we had too many knockers in Carlow, and I meant that. From here on in, I say, support Bobby Miller, the selectors, and for God's sake, give a tap on the back to all the players, because they deserve it.
No, not quite. I'm not into that sort of business at all. Wouldn't we make we're saying though. Don't even get much there. Hey, Robert's game. Hold on, Julius. That's fine. I'll have to take that one back.
Would you let a Saxon cock crow out upon an Irish rock fly up and teach you manners? Well, what is there? Vehicle do what vehicle dare. Out will you come and care? Fallen is your star. Up with Albert, up with sword. On the go for by the north. Here's the crew has given his word. Follow me up to Carlow. Now from Salgadook on more there flows a stream of Saxon gore and traitors glory over more, sending loons to Haiti. White is thick and grey as bled. Now from Blackfoot's William's Head we'll send it over, dripping red to Liza and her ladies. Curse the well, Lord, preserve. Vehicle do what vehicle dare. Now from William have a care. Fallen is your Carlow. Up with Albert, up with sword. Up we go for by the Lord. Here's the crew has given his word. Follow me up to Carlow.
Marvellous start to the game without a Tipperary man touching the ball. Gavin Ware deflected to Sean Kavanagh. Sean Kavanagh drilled a long ball. Hooks it back towards Muckle Keating. Goalie does well, but Keating does excellent there. Keating got both cornerback Geary and goalkeeper Reynolds in a tangle, and Jody Morrissey picked up the crumb. Hogan now. Danger here for Carlow. Brilliant save by John Cairns. Gavin Ware gathers the rebound deep in his own territory.